certainly willing to talk with you and try to help in any way I can. Winona and Larry, and they've been truly magnificent trying to get these things straightened out. It's been very difficult, but I will leave I have my business cards here, and if you ever want to just give me a call and talk to me about anything, or if I can try to help in any way, I certainly will do that.
You're going to get back to us on the well test kits?
The $27, yeah,
Yeah.
it's on my list.
We've got a list of everybody who has one.
Are they back yet?
Pardon?
Are the test results back yet?
No, you'll get one when you send yours in, your address is with it. And
Well, it said it was gonna go to the county.
It shouldn't go to the county.
That's what it said on the form. It said it'll be sent to the county, and the county will contact.
I think they went straight to the state hygiene lab, didn't they?
Right.
No,
Oh, the results
Coming
will be
back.
to the county, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, no,
Coming
I'm
back.
sorry.
Yeah,
Results.
coming back, yeah.
And then you'll call us. or-
yeah,
Yeah.
that's why, when Winona, distributed them, she got names, addresses, and phone
Yeah,
numbers.
Leslie has them. It was a joint effort, I can't hand them out in right now. So. Okay, anything else that they can help you with? Otherwise, we'll go on and have the rest of our meeting.
So, I don't know if this was addressed before I got in here, but, I mean, there is no way that town zoning regulations can be changed to avoid this, or?
We're overridden by AdCap 51.
It's private property.
This has to do with livestock sighting, and if you read the rule,
It's not
the rule will take you back to
Right.
the actual statute if you want to read it. I didn't print that off because it's long and complicated and boring, and you have to pick out the parts. But this is basically the rule that kind of strips the towns and the counties of any authority. It goes to the state. So
You
contact.
mentioned private property, there's something we can't do on private property. It's the law.
Right, but this is unfortunately something that is allowed with the
If
on
I can
ag
wait,
land.
I want to start doing something.
So if you have any ideas, call me.
Call your representative.
Yes. And your state senator.
Call. Enough of you call.
That's how you get action.
Get other people to call too.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to use this number.
But we need to call her.
If you have questions, you're supposed to call this number.
Yeah. Okay, I guess you guys can talk on. If you, unless you'd like to be fascinated with the rest of our meeting.
If there aren't any more questions as part of the meeting is over, we're going to go on. We have a town board meeting to conduct, so you're free to go.
Thank you very, very much for
Thanks
coming.
for coming.
Thank you, people have gone above and beyond to help us, believe me.
I didn't know, sometimes I found out where the bad spots were when Larry was calling me, so I couldn't stand there anymore. I had to, a couple times I had to move so I could hear him.
And I think Brian did photograph the roads, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the highway department did come out and do a photograph of the roads,
I think they
and
did.
there's been tremendous damage on Hooper for sure, but we have a before and after. So if we're able to go forward with anything and push the envelope.
Zion Road south of Hooper Toll.
Yeah, I guess I was thinking of Zion going south. Yeah, it's terrible. It's really busted up. And so if we're able to do anything in a legal sense, we have the evidence. And the highway department was great to come out and help us with this. So we've been very well served by our county government, very well, by our county departments. And I
I'll
thank
leave
them.
these on the table.
Thank you.
Winona, if there's any extra, just bring them back.
Okay, will do. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Any questions, non-chicken related?
Yeah. See when you're having a meeting in the town board or anything. I heard a rumor that the ATV passing isn't really for sure yet.
No, the referendum passed. The town has to develop an ordinance, and the town is working on it, we'll move forward.
So we're still not allowed to ride on the road?
Exactly, you're not
You're
allowed
not
yet.
allowed until the ordinance gets passed.
And the signs.
Signs are up.
They have to be, the roads have to be posted, the signs have to
That's
be
what
up.
I thought, like a speed limit.
Ordinance has to be done and published.
Yep,
Yes.
the ordinance has to be done and
Just wanna
published.
make sure.
Is that ordinance gonna be done at the next meeting?
Oh, not that fast, it's not. Oh, next town board meeting, you mean? Yeah, the next meeting is the annual meeting next week.
Right, it's not gonna be at the annual meeting,
No, it won't be done by that,
possibly the next town board, a month from now?
possibly, hopefully.
Are you gonna discuss what's going in the ordinance?
Pardon?
Okay.
Are you gonna discuss what's gonna go in the ordinance?
Not at the annual meeting.
What the following meeting?
Yeah, we'll discuss it the night that we vote on the ordinance. You know, we'll have an ordinance written, that's the way we'll handle it. We will read it out loud, and then the board will have to vote as to whether we're gonna pass it or amend it, or what we're gonna do.
And that's on the May meeting.
Pardon, hopefully we have it done by then. But it has to be passed and published, and the roads posted before anybody can get on with the
Right.
ATV.
No, state roads though, they're still
State
not
roads
allowed.
are not allowed, no.
So if you live on a state road, you're still.
You can't get to a town road.
Okay.
Right.
So it wasn't a binding referendum?
No. If you read the referendum language, yeah, it explains that the town gives the town the right to, what does it say, write an ordinance or develop a plan or something like that.
Right,
So there's no guarantee that they're gonna be on every road in the town.
well, there's no guarantee you guys are gonna pass it.
I think we're trustworthy enough that we're going to pass an ordinance. Yes, that's why we asked for a referendum, so we know how everybody in the town feels about it, what the majority opinion is. The majority opinion was they want to be on the roads.
I have a question. I know you guys are talking understandably about the roads being destroyed out there with the trucks. We've had the ongoing issue with the semis on Tamarack Road. Is there any way the sheriff's department can get out there a little more often and maybe a couple good tickets here and there might spread the words, because those guys seem to be coming off of Highway 12, or the Dave Hill at the chicken farm has been very good if you call him and say, hey, you know, but we don't know every truck isn't coming from the chicken farm, but we've been getting a lot of semis and 53-footers coming down Tamarack.
We have them on Little Prairie Road too. They use their Garmin and these
Right.
truckers do, and
Exactly,
That's what they do.
but you know what, Cooper and Zion are getting destroyed quickly, Tamarack is slowly being destroyed. Same thing, only on a slower scale.
Any special time of the day, okay, if you got a special, at better times, it really makes our job a little easier.
Yeah, I know there's mornings and then around maybe, what, 3 o'clock or so? 2 or 3,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Little
Thank
Prairie
you.
seems to be all day long, Paul, because I followed 2 of them and they kicked it up over 60 miles an hour going down Little Prairie. Yeah, the stalkers.
Wouldn't drive that fast on that road. Okay, all right, you're free to go.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Approved minutes from March 14th, 2022 town board meeting, and minutes from March 19th, special town board meeting.
Move to approve.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve the aforementioned minutes. Minute times, meeting times, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, no, motion's carried. Approved bills as presented.
We had $180 that we sent to the Wisconsin Towns Association so the 3 board members could attend the district meeting. They're going to have a lot of, I understand, board of review information, and we need to have them knowledgeable in that as that's coming up. We had to pay our auditors $3,500 for the 2021 audit. I posted in the Daily Jefferson County Union for the referendum. That was $34 and a penny. We Energies by the airport was $294.52. We sent over our second quarter for 2022 fire and EMS payment to the Village of Palmyra for $27,037.50. CenturyLink was $111.74. We Energy street lighting was $56.74. Badger Land Disposal was $6,662.46 for garbage for April, and $3,048.18 for recycling. My salary plus some election expenses, some postage, ink, and things like that, came out to $2,235.70. Dick Natrup's salary was $230.87. Winona Bratzett's was $230.87. Larry Cause was a salary plus some mileage and reimbursement for some materials, was $514.40. I had to buy some ink for our printer and some office supplies from Quill, so that was $307.47. We had some legal advice from Bender and Larson, and that was $720. We had the yearly dues for Wisconsin Towns Association based on the size of the town, so it came out to $1,009. We had our quarterly payment for assessment technologies, which was $2,725. Northwest Services, there were quite a few invoices that came in, so the total was $42,401.83. And it seemed like there was a lot of work on Zion, Little Prairie Road, Marsh Road, and I think there was a little on Downland Lane. Yep. And then Jefferson County Land Office, we got some updated plat maps for $25. I had some more notices to post in the Daily Jefferson County Union that came out to $189.11. And then we had a bill from the Jefferson County Highway Department. There were signs and there was street maintenance and things, and that came to $10,275.44. So that's a roll call. Call.
Yes.
Rancid? Natrup?
Yes. Bills are approved as presented. Okay, the public comment, we had a sign-up thing, but because of the confusion of that, anybody has anything to say? You have 2 minutes, whether you signed up or not,
About anything?
about anything.
I don't think you guys get paid enough for what you just went through.
Keep talking.
All they're paying signs.
You have 2 minutes.
Conducting road traffic, and I think you've done an awesome job. It's above and beyond.
Thank you, that's very kind.
I'd also like to comment, since I worked for 7 different towns, Larry was really on this for all you guys because of the frost pulling up out of the roads and stuff. He really did get it the best you could do to try to save your road. You had them driving down the center of the road, that's the only place that was safe. You got everything out of the sides of the road so they wouldn't get off the edge of the road and break the edge of the road. He called me and like within an hour we had all the roads blocked off and he was painting on wood, and so he really did put a super effort into trying to save the roads. Leave that out there.
Thank you. Any more public comment? Yep.
I appreciate all you tried to do there, Larry, too, also. But by golly, if you go back on them for some of this stuff, if the state's paying for all this other stuff, let them pay for the roads too. That's.
We asked that question and they said, I asked at that one meeting I was allowed to get on if there was any funding for road repair, and they said no.
Well, do what you gotta do, that's what I got to say.
But we shall try, and hopefully citizens will try too. Calls to your legislators are what are going to make the difference.
I will try to get potentially maybe a grant from the county to help us with that. I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but we had a 90% grant to fix.
But that wasn't a county grant, that came
It was
from
a
the state.
state grant, but we got a 90% grant to do Little Prairie Road. They paid 90% of it, thanks to Ed Miller when he was on the board, got it, and Dick went through with it. They paid 90%. It was like a $700,000 job. We got 90% reimbursement for the road. So maybe because of this is an emergency or something, there may be some funds or something we can get, to help us with those roads.
We work with a couple of different engineering firms who are trying to stay on top of all of the grants that are available. It's virtually impossible, but that's their job, and we'll be coordinating with them to see if there are funds available from a variety of different sources. Not just to address the current problems, but on an ongoing basis.
Can you designate somebody to write grants for the town?
The
That's
engineering firm.
That's why you
Okay,
use
that's
the
what-
engineering firm, because they know all the technicalities.
Then they're
of it.
writing the grants, okay.
They got us, in fact, the extra 20% that we didn't expect to get. The engineering firm found some loophole and got us an extra 20, so it was good. Any more public comment? Okay, reports, treasurer. Thanks, Ron. Are you about done with you didn't give a report
The 15th is it.
for the oaks?
Goes on Oak
Yeah,
Trees.
yeah.
Okay,
And
you'll
we'll
be done
start
trimming?
potholing.
You'll be done trimming, you start potholing?
Give me a call the next time they're out Palmyra Way, and we can take a look at what needs to be done at the boat
Probably gonna
launch.
be out tomorrow, you're gonna be around tomorrow.
I'll be around.
Okay, I'll call you.
Okay, thanks, Ron.
Thanks, everybody, for letting me work on your town. I do a lot of work out here and for a lot of other towns, and really the wood part of it is really coming good. And for anybody who wasn't at the other meetings when I talked, I'm really being careful with the oak trees and stuff. We actually wash our saws between, if you cut down a dead tree, we don't go and cut because we had people ask me, why do you cut that tree and then skip 7 trees and then come back? Because when you cut a dead tree, you don't want to cut a live tree, because whatever killed that tree is probably still in that tree to kill the live tree. So we do the best we can to try to keep it looking like a woods and like everybody likes. Some of them might die from oak wilt, but we're closing off the 15th, and a lot of people are going really long. Okay.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Thanks, Ron.
In the general fund, we had $828,042.03. The tax account, we had $232,191.75. In the LGIP general, we had $108,692. In the LGIP fire and EMS, it was $2.69. The airport, which they're a little bit behind on giving me their numbers, so this is back in January, $78,755.66, and the LGIP airport had 55 cents. I will file this. All right.
File that. Emergency management plan.
I think we pretty well covered that.
That was, we had enough of that. Fire department.
Got anything, James?
I'm just coming from a fire, so you gotta correct me a little bit.
Okay. We're
The
paid.
big thing right now would be to try to avoid outdoor burning for a few weeks. I know it feels like it's been raining all the time, but we just had a wildland fire this afternoon, so we know what we had to bring in like 5 other departments to help us with, and the DNR. And that's our first one here, but yesterday we were at Eagle for one, and before that we were somewhere else and so on, so it's really dry underneath. There's been drought conditions for a year now, basically. So people could avoid it until things green up a little bit more. Like the fire today was started by somebody just burning a little pile and way out there, burned up half their acreage. So, I think that's the big thing. We've been really busy, in fire EMS the last several weeks in particular. Today we've been out 3 times and had a working fire and a critical trauma and something else. So it's been busy, so.
Thanks.
Thank you, James.
Thank you. The airport, they'll be doing some retention pond placement around the airport for current and future use, and that will reduce the amount of the stormwater runoff fees from the village, which are currently over $10,000, to reduce that to $5,000, and that will all be paid by grant money. And when they do the retention ponds, this will be in the summer of next year, they will put the base down for the new airplane hangar that the airport will be building with grant money, for 6 more airplanes. That's the airport report. Do you have any questions? Anybody? Blue Spring Lake District?
We'll be doing some work on the boat launch in coordination with Northwest and stuff that we'll be doing ourselves. We have the water level we brought up to the spring or the summer level beginning on this coming Thursday. And I think I've got all the fire signs replaced. I've got 7 left over that are either duplicates or there's no property there.
Places, I think.
What's that?
If you have that list, have you got 7 of the total left, or 7 for Blue Spring Lake?
7 from around
Okay.
Blue Spring
I was
Lake.
gonna say, it better be more than that.
I've got 6 left to do on the north side of the town.
Okay, and then there's still more signs,
No, that's it.
because we have some that go out in the country.
Yeah, I've got 6 left to go out in the country.
Okay, very good.
Other than that,
Okay, all right, very good. You're a busy
between
guy.
what you did and what I've done, the fire
Busy
signs
fellow.
should be updated. Now, there are a couple of places that don't have a fire sign,
Okay,
and I will get those identified and we can
we
order
just
signs.
ordered some more, so you sent the order in, right?
Yeah, that's what's coming to my house.
Because we had some DNR needed a couple, and,
Okay.
yeah, so we ordered some.
All the fire signs, for most of them, faded and they had to be replaced if you couldn't read them. They're supposed to be metallic. Building inspector.
We had one building inspection and one plumbing inspection, which came to a total of $476.
Highway, I guess we got Ron's report on the way out. And Fire EMS Committee.
The committee has investigated potential sites if we are unable to work out something with the village. We've looked at a couple sites to keep equipment in the town, and the Bureau of Aeronautics has given us permission to use the airport garage. So for staff and equipment, so if we end up doing something other than some kind of a mutual agreement with the village, we have a site to do it. So that's where that sits for right now. We hope to be able to have some communications with the village soon.
Correspondence?
No.
Nothing? Okay. Old business? Nothing. New business, discuss and possible action to consider a request by Susan Myers to divide an existing 3.010 acre R2 lot to create 2 separate R2 lots at North 620, County Road H, pin number 024-0516-2842-001. Susan here?
I am.
Okay. You just want to do what it says, correct?
Did you talk about notifying neighbors?
Yeah, I sent you the sheet about notifying your neighbors, talking to them about what you're doing.
And I did speak with Bonnie that is in the old kindergarten, and she signed this, and her land butts up to that land. And then Mike behind me, I talked to him, I got a verbal from him, and they're building a new house on the corner that would also butt up to my land. I have no idea who that person is, so.
She lives in Greenfield. She's a retired, well, about to retire teacher. I've taken a look at that, and I sure don't see any problem with it.
No, I think we encourage clustering wherever
Yeah.
we have buildings like this, and I would certainly support it. So I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Thank you. I just have one question. How do I determine any potential tax consequence? Like, do the taxes just split, or is it different if it's 2 separate
It gets
lots?
assessed separately once it's split, so if one, I have no idea how they do it, but if, let's say one parcel was more desirable than the other one, it might be taxed a little higher, I would guess.
Okay, I just didn't know if it would
Yeah.
affect that.
Don't worry, you'll pay enough.
In all likelihood, the taxes for the 2 separate lots totaled will be more than what you're paying for.
But in all likelihood, they would be equal, but of course the improvement would be different. you know,
Right.
the house that he put on.
I mean, ultimately, it's, you know, to sell it to my son, and then he'd worry about the taxes
There you
anyway,
go.
but until that happens.
If 2 lots are worth more than 1 lot, you'll pay, the taxes will be more.
And when you say that, is it like, can you give me like an idea?
No,
No,
no.
Like
yeah,
1,000 or 10,000?
we don't have any ideas.
Yeah.
Unimproved lot,
I don't either, obviously.
I don't know. Just sell it to your son as soon as you can.
Right. I don't worry about it.
Or make him pay it.
I'll make him pay all of it.
Make him pay both of them, and then just give him a discount on it.
Right, thank you.
Get an eternal gratitude.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the request by Susan Myers to divide the existing 3-acre lot into 2 separate lots. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, no, motion carried. Discuss some possible action to consider a conditional use request by Mary Ann Schultz to allow for a dog kennel in an A1 zone at West 691 County Road CI, PIN number 024-0516-0212-002 and 024-0516-0212-000.
Mary Ann is here, I recognize Mary Ann. Are you going to, is the kennel itself, I know you had to apply to some of them too, is the kennel going to be in the town of Palmyra?
Well, they would be housing the dogs either in the barn or the house, and the barn is in Palmyra, which is where that's where most of the dogs would be in the barn.
Yeah, okay, so that's in the town of Palmyra. Yeah. I was just curious, it's just odd the way the town line runs through.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's frustrating.
yeah, right. We have the same thing, part of the farm in my town.
If we have to arrest them, we gotta know where they're from.
Yeah. I don't have any problem with it. I would move to approve conditional use request.
Yeah, I don't have a problem either.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the request by Mary Ann Schultz to allow a dog kennel in the A1 zone at West 691 County Road CI. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, and no, motion carried. Discuss and possible action to consider request by Gary Brzezinski for a variance to allow for the construction of an accessory structure without the principal structure in an A3 zone at North 831 County Road H, PIN number 024-0516-2722-004. Gary, are you here?
He's over there.
There he is.
How you doing?
It's been better.
Yeah, I don't know, I just was gonna seek permission to build a small outbuilding there for storage of lawn equipment, and when I bring my dog out, put a kennel in there, and maybe some bikes to ride into town after I get on the warm grass. I just wanted to see what you guys thought.
It's right next to another building.
Yeah.
The property is there. I don't see anything.
I don't see a problem at all.
I don't either, not at all.
You just have to be here so we can consider it.
Oh,
And
Yes.
you did your share.
and then go against the county, but,
As you go fight with them now.
yeah.
I would move to approve this request for an accessory building.
And I'll
It's
second.
been moved and seconded to approve a request by Gary Brzezinski for a variance to allow for construction of an accessory structure without the principal structure in A3 zone at North 831 County Road H at the PIN number I read before. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? No. Motion carried.
Thank you.
Motion.
Yeah, move to adjourn.
Second?
It's been moved to adjourn and seconded. Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you all for coming out.
Thank you.
Very much. We appreciate it.
Appreciate it.